Well, this is the epilogue. Welcome. I'm Dr. Holly Thacker, your host and author of the Cleveland Clinic Guide to Menopause. So I want to tell you just a little bit about myself and about the Center for Specialized Women's Health and about what else we have in store for the Speaking of Women's Health podcast. So thanks for joining me back in the Sunflower House for this epilogue. So I have been a physician in specialized women's health for several decades. I've been called a pioneer, but I prefer the term trailblazer because it doesn't sound quite as old. And I founded the Center for Specialized Women's Health at the Cleveland Clinic. And I also founded one of the very first specialty women's health fellowships in the United States. And I'm happy that it serves as a model for many other fellowships across the country. And I have several medical interests in gender-specific medicine, specifically related to menopause and hormone therapy regimens, the field of anti-aging, menstrual disorders, which plague so many perimenopausal women, and osteoporosis, which affects 1 in every 2 women, as well as the use of hormone therapy and non-hormone therapy regimens in high-risk women, breast cancer, and other cancer survivors. I have served as a co-investigator of various hormone therapy system regimens, as well as osteoporotic drug trials, and some regard me as a national thought leader in women's health. I have published and lectured extensively on the topic of menopause, and I am a North American Menopause credentialed menopause clinician, and I'm also a certified bone densitometrist by the International Society of Bone Densitometry. I chaired the first Northeast Ohio Speaking of Women's Health event back in 2002, the year that I opened the Center for Specialized Women's Health. And I have had several events, including virtual events and in-person events for women. I've received a number of health awards, and I've appeared on both local and national television to comment on women's health. And I've been the executive director of National Speaking of Women's Health, our website, speakingofwomenshealth.com, since 2008. I am the mother of 3 grown sons, and I'm expecting my 3rd grandchild. So a little bit about the Cleveland Clinic Center for Specialized Women's Health. It's a very welcoming environment that includes several different types of women's health specialists. Some are trained and have gone through the 2-year fellowship. There's a medical specialist, surgical specialist, allied health, terrific nurses, nurse practitioners. We have breast imagers on site and medical breast and surgical breast colleagues just down the hall. And it's a nice location that allows women to see a team of specialists under one roof. We established this center in 2002 at the Women's Health and Breast Pavilion with a generous $2 million grant from the Avon Foundation, and is the product of constant evolution in the medical world. The creation of a pavilion of health services dedicated solely to women is certainly a tribute to those who have been fighting for years to have women's health needs recognized and understood as not identical to men's. And not every medical institution can offer this arrangement, and certainly not every woman needs a suite of specialists and subspecialists. But for those who do, our center is a comforting space where women can express their intimate concerns to physicians, nurses, nurse practitioners, and allied health, and receive medical and emotional support. My patients feel as if we are advocates for their health, and we are. And it's been exciting to add various services, including the recent functional medicine, which is a growing field. And I like to say, I've been doing functional medicine before. Functional medicine was a field, and that's kind of looking at the root causes and really focusing on lifestyle and nutrition. And if you have enjoyed this book and you're sad that the book chapter has come to an end, don't be. Please, please tune in to our regular Speaking of Women's Health podcast. And whether or not you're a physician or a nurse or a healthcare clinician, you can also listen to our Women's Health CME podcast. So please know that you can follow us wherever you follow your podcast. And I am not signing off. I am a professor of both medicine and OBGYN and reproductive biology, and I direct our Center for Specialized Women's Health. And I have an academic appointment at the Cleveland Clinic Lerner College of Medicine at Case Western Reserve University. And I am so delighted to be the executive director of Speaking of Women's Health. And I have endless gratitude to our founder and our creative strategist, Diane Dunkelman, or Lady Di. She started Speaking of Women's Health in Cincinnati, and she is now involved in leading a nonprofit building healthy lives and clever crazes for children. Please check out clevercrazes.com website if you have any children or grandchildren. And also, please do not forget to subscribe to our free e-newsletter on speakingofwomenshealth.com. Check our website and bookmark it on your phone and computer. Use it as a medical library. Check our breaking health news. When you or a family member has a medical condition that you want more information on, be sure to look at our free treatment guidebooks. We have them on so many topics, including, of course, menopause and osteoporosis and menstrual disorders, but also on topics such as joint replacement and childhood epilepsy, just to name a few. And we're on all the usual social media channels. We haven't started vlogging yet, but we do have a channel on Rumble, so keep an eye out for future adventures. And if you're so inclined and would like to donate to our nonprofit, speakingofwomenshealth.com, you can go on the site and click the donate button. I am your host and author, Dr. Holly Thacker, and you can join me again in the Sunflower House for future episodes of Speaking of Women's Health.